Hello, my name's Colin Robinson and today I'm going to take you through some projects that I've put together using the die collections that you likely bought throughout the month of April. So the first one we're going to look at today is our decorative borders. So hopefully this is going to give you some inspiration, some hints and tips on how to use your dies. Please take it as inspiration, take a little bit from this one, a little bit from that one and put them all together in a project that works for you. So the first one I'm going to use is my Edge of Lace pearl. So these are absolutely gorgeous dies and they cut these beautiful lace borders into your cardstock. So I've got this here, so I've got it cut into some gold mirror, or I will have it cut into some gold mirror. I have laid it onto my cut tidy, so that means that it's going to help it to cut. I've already cut some of my 3D flowers and also some of my swift leaves and my flourishes, pearl flourishes, or flourishes of pearl. So we've got all of those and we're going to add them to this collection. So we can bring that over. There we go. So that's cut through there. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So I can see that has cut perfectly. Now, look at this. Let me find my pokey tool. There we go. Can you see all of these pieces have cut brilliantly? Just needs a little bit of poking out. And then all I would do for this is I would take my scissors and I would just trim down the side there. I might actually just tidy that one up and trim down there as well. So that's going to give me a beautiful border. Now we could use that as a topper, we could use it at the side, we could even put two of them together just like that to make the most impressive gatefold. Can you see, just there like that? So however you want to use it, this is going to work beautifully. So just poke all your bits out and then it's ready to go. So let me just clear that up. And then the other one I want to show you is I want to show you one of our over the edge dies. So let's pop that one away, put that in there and get rid of these bits. There we are. So we have, let's find this one. It is our, it's right in front of me, are over the edge butterflies. So you've got some charisma available for this. Now this is lovely because not only have you got the over the edge here, but you've got the rest of the sheet of cardstock if you want to use it. So for this, I'm going to take my die. Oh, that's my butterflies. I don't want butterflies. I want bumblebees and dragonflies. I'm talking rubbish here. Right, so let's use the right die. It always helps. So I'm going to pop that onto there. And I'm going to turn that round and I'm going to lay that over my charisma. Now, can you see it fits absolutely perfectly? You can see that's just lined up with the charisma beautifully. And I can, if I look through the dragonfly's wings here, I can see it's lined up absolutely spot on. So I'm going to put my tape, definitely need some tape on this to hold it in place. Now I've put my tape over the white bit, and that's because that's going to be the waist. Just a minute, I've just moved that as I was talking, so let's just line that back up again. You can do this as many times as you like until you're happy that you've got it in the right place. So that's going to line up. Now I'm actually going to trim that down and we're going to use that separately, but there we go. So let's pop that through our die cutting machine and see how that cuts. So I'll show you, just for speed's sake, where I'm up to with my card. So the border that we just cut, let me see if I've got one here, there we go. I've also cut it into my cardstock, exactly the same way, no different, one in gold and one into my white card. Folded that over and that's given me an over the edge card. So let's have a look at how my dragonfly's done. Oh, that's done perfectly. Now let me show you this. Let's get rid of that cut tidy from under there. I can then, I've just got a couple of little curly cues catching there. There we are. Take that one out. Now there are hearts and there are also butterflies, as you've seen, because I took the butterflies out. So all of them work in exactly the same way. Let me just fold that back there. There we go. Isn't that exquisite? And I love how part of it stays into the card stock, but it's actually cut bits out, and then the other part comes over the edge just like that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So we need all of these pieces. Oh, look at this. Can you see all these extra little dragonflies that have cut out as well. I've got them all over my cut tidy, so let's keep those just in case we want some. Oh, and them little bumblebees just there. So let's just keep all those. We might use those in a minute. So we're going to put the card together here. And what I've got is I've got this beautiful cardstock. Now, I can either come onto the top with this, or what my preferred way is I'm going to go underneath. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this white cardstock. Let's just go down there. And we're just going to create a lovely drop shadow. So I just need to come all the way around here with my glue down the edges. Must make sure the edges are done, but even though it's very delicate, there's still plenty of room where I can put a little bit of glue. So I'm going to pick that up. I always work best that way, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a drop shadow. I want the most delicate drop shadow possible. So just that hint of gold. Can you see that there? You can almost not see it. It's just visible. And I do need a little bit of cloth just to get rid of that. So there we are. So that is perfect on there. So that's going to be my card. And then onto the inside, we're going to put some gold cardstock and then one of our decorative papers as well. So you've got your decorative paper. So it's your printed, get it right, your printed paper pack it's from. So yes, we've got that out of there, and it means that everything then coordinates perfectly. Let's put the gold on the inside, because remember this has got a small front to this card. Look, you've only got a partial front, therefore we need to make sure that everything is matching inside as well as outside. Now if I'd have run that gold over there, it might have looked a little bit too much with having the gold on the inside, but because we put the gold on the back, it just means that it almost just reflects, doesn't it, off that gold on there. Oh, put that the right way up, and that's going to go on there. Look at that. Perfect little 5mm border all the way around the outside. And then the next bit I've got is I've got my gold panel. Now we could put more borders in here, but I think this would possibly be a little bit of overkill. So to match, I'm going to put my gold there. Now, top tip, make sure you're lining top and bottom, because it will look better if your colours, your papers just flow straight across the card. And then we can do our next one just there, line it up perfectly, and that is the front of my card. So we've got this lovely fold back card. Now the piece that we cut out, we're just going to overlay onto the top, and we're just going to put it straight on top of that paper, so it just gives us that hint. Now remember, all those little pieces popped out as well, so we can put this on with a little bit of foam tape just to give it a bit of a lift. These are so pretty, they're so delicate. Now these can go beautifully up scrapbook pages. They'll also look gorgeous on your card fronts. They look beautiful in home decor. Now isn't that gorgeous? So it just runs over the edge. Now to decorate this, oh, we are sticking to the table, I've got some of my 3D flowers. So I've cut one out here already, and just for a bit of speed I'm going to use this with my hot glue gun. So let's just put that there because I've got that warmed up. I also need my ball tool, so let's get some ball tools working on this, and I'm just going to drag the shape onto the back just like that, and then we can shape one. So, and then I've got a second one. I think I might do one big and one a bit smaller, and then there, and then let's do this one as a smaller flower. But remember, it's really important that you have your foliage as well. We always talk about this, and remember, it really, really is key. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I think that might be a little bit of overkill. So I need a smaller ball tool. Just drag these down. Now this is just printed. This isn't printed onto Pro Print. I've just got this printed onto a regular super smooth cardstock. So I just got it about I think this might be about 140 GSM. It's around that mark because it will still allow me to shape it. And the reason I've not done it on pro print paper is because it's a double-sided charisma. So that if your petals turn up, you can see we've got the colour on the back as well as the front, and it wouldn't print very well if you did it on Pro Print because the back of Pro Print doesn't print up very well at all. It comes out quite dull. So just for this occasion, I've used my Super Smooth. So take this one. Now this is where hot glue is brilliant, especially if you've got something like a ball tool. So I'll take that one. I'm going to take my ball tool and then I'm going to press. And if I just hold it for that second while that glue forms, see, it holds its shape. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, wet glue would do that, but you'd struggle to get it to hold its shape quite as intently. And then we can pop that in there. So what I'm doing is I'm getting it to hold its shape and also to flatten that glue so that we don't get really thick bases to our flowers. So I just love using hot glue for my flowers. For me, it works really well. Let's do this one. Always stagger your petals. So that works. Oops, just there, just like that. And then press. So it's shaping it as we go. And then with my petals, I'm going to do something very similar. I'm just going to shape on the back. I think I only need one big one. Let's use a couple of the smaller ones. Just there. And a couple of the really small ones. So we can go just there. Right, let's bring our card back in. So what we've got now is I've got my card, and where should we put? Should we put the flowers down at this bottom so it doesn't, or do we want them? Actually, I think I want them there. I tell you, I always change my projects as I'm going. I've also got some beautiful gold embellishments. So I'm going to pop those to come through here. So those will capture as we glue everything else down. So let's put some foliage on. Then I'm going to come in with my first of my flowers. Now flowers always look better if you really push them quite close together. Don't put big gaps between your flowers. Now I would put something in the centre of these, maybe just a little, you know, one of your Cadence liquid pearls or your tonic liquid pearls, whichever one you find works best for you. And then we can pop a little bit in there. There we go. And that will still close like that. And then I've got a sentiment. I'm actually going to just do this with speed with my hot glue because wet glue and mirri can be a bit of a pest. Right, and then we can pop that down at the bottom, and you can also build dimension with hot glue as well. So if I don't press that too hard. Now, just imagine we put a couple of liquid pearls in the centre of those flowers, or a couple of pearls. How about that? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So we've got our borders, we've got our flowers, and we've got our over the edge dragonflies as well. So pretty.